Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Krista here to do the monthly extended forecast for the sign of Aries. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And this is for the month of July 2018. I hope you had a great June and that you found that your June readings were helpful. So we are looking at a general reading for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of July 2018. We're using a 6-card spread today. We're going to look at any pressing issue or concern for you. So anything that's currently going on in your life, this is what I encourage you to apply this to, and I hope that you find it helpful and healing. So what does Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising need to know for the month of July 2018? Aries, July 2018. Well, that jumped out. That is the Death card, transformation. So something is about to be transformed permanently for you. Very, very different energy. Wow, I was literally just going to say the Wheel of Fortune. That is weird. Very different, although two of those just jumped out. So the World card is not the Wheel of Fortune in this deck, but I do want to be clear about what that is for you. So let's discuss the transformation card as opposed to the World card. Give me 1 second. Interesting. Okay, in this deck, the World card is the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is about perspective. The Death card is about transformation. So great opportunity for you this month. In July, possibly until the end of summer, for you to let something go permanently after developing some perspective on it. So that's what it looks like is going to happen. Those are just some messages that jumped out as I was shuffling, as you can see. I do also want to add that there'll be a link in the description for you to check out called Collective Consciousness, I believe. And that's going to talk to you about the 6 planets that are in retrograde this summer. Lots of energy shifting, lots of doors closing permanently in order for you to walk into the destiny that you were designed for, that you've been working for. So something to check out as well. Let me just concentrate here on the shuffling and get out your 6 cards. All right, and sometimes what comes out jumping as I shuffle, that jumps out upright, can show up in the reading as well. So we're just going to get your underlying energy here. Great, great energy for the month. Heart of the reading, past energy, present. Ooh, look at your future, just gorgeous. And then your advice card. Very interesting. So we did take a bottom of the deck card for our underlying energy, as we always do. We do it from the bottom of the deck. It's very cool. I've actually learned this reading from another tarot reader where the underlying energy is incorporated into the reading, and that's what the beginner card is. Another way to look at this reading is to suppose that the 3rd card here comes before the underlying energy. Of course, this is past energy. All the same, it's quite lovely here. There's a great deal of stability. Something is definitely coming to an end. Something new and exciting awaits you here. It looks like a truth bomb. Maybe yours to drop, or someone's going to drop a truth bomb on you, but ultimately this is going to lend itself to a lot of healing, a lot of all I can think of to say is, you know, the loosening or the lessening or the total release of what you consider baggage. So that's really beautiful to see here as well. So let's get into the messages behind each of the positions here in the card, and then we will go through from top to bottom as I usually do here. The Messenger of Fire is a very passionate, even sexual as opposed to sensual. That, of course, would be our Page of Cups. The Page of Wands is very exciting, very excitable. And as you can see here, it's your underlying energy for the month of July. So there's a lot of things that could be happening that feel really fast to you, really quick. Some things could be because this is in your element. You are a fire sign, Aries. This could be very, very comfortable for you. You could feel like this is your month even, that this is how you need to be able to express your energy. If this is some kind of energy that's coming into you, you can recognize it, you feel comfortable with it. If it's someone in your environment, for example, or a lover or a coworker, or even a passion of yours that you are not only this, passionate about, but that, feeds you so that you're never depleted. And this is a gorgeous energy to have if that's the case. This is an undepletable energy. And it's also very, very sexual. But it's like life force sexual. It's not just like we're going to play games or, I would say that the Page of Air in this deck could be considered a little bit of a mind game player. I think that there is a player in the messenger here, which of course is the knight. If I said page earlier, I meant knight. This person or this energy could be accused of being a player, so just keep an eye out for that. Because we do have the Ace of Cups here, however, in the future energy, I do feel like there, even if it is sort of lusty or there's a quick moving or like even a player energy, I think it is backed up by a great deal of love, backed up by a lot of heart here, faith and truth and goodness here. So I think this could be really fun energy to have within a committed relationship or within a committed environment, or where you feel safe to express yourself, safe moving about within this energy or as this energy, and you won't be considered a player. I don't think you want that. I don't think that, and I think because this is your past energy, it's almost like you kind of needed some excitement, but I don't necessarily think it's player energy. It could even feel that way. It could even, from your perspective, it can feel because things were so stable or static or grounded in your recent past. This could feel like flighty compared to that. But again, I think it's the underlying energy, and I think it needs to be expressed. And I think there's could be a really nice month, a really safe and healthy month for you to express this, especially because it looks as though this type of energy, which is, pretty sassy energy, to have within the confines or within the within the energy of the Ace of Cups. So there's a lot of heart here as well. So I would feel confident moving forward with this energy, whether it's yours or someone else's, unless there's something else going on that you know about, obviously, that I don't, or someone to be a player that you're messing around with in July, or you're the player, for example, then obviously take that for face value. But it looks like there's something a lot deeper going on here as well for you. Here in the Two of Fire, of course, we're dealing with more wands. There's actually a lot of fire. There's 3, and then there's 1 of the other elements here. So a lot of passion this month for you, it looks like. This is the heart of the reading. This is about taking your first step forward. Of course, the 2 of Wands really has you with the world in your hands. You can make a move forward here. You can take a step into your future. There could be some nervousness here. There could be even just some beginner energy. Perhaps this is passion that's being met with a new individual, or a new, if you're dating, or a new level in a relationship, if you're a committed relationship, a new level or a new spark of passion or a new interest. If this has nothing to do with relationships, this is going on internally to you. This could be about, you can feel this now. Now you are sort of looking out into the world, like you're stable in this energy. It's healthy to express this. That this is a positive thing for you. This is as I said, this is a comfortable element for you. It's almost like, ooh, you get to express it now for the first time, or with someone new, or in a new way. The world really is your oyster here with this. So this is about applying this energy. The Two of Wands really looks out into the world with, this is organizing your map of how to express this type of passion. So in terms of heart of the reading, this is a really lovely time for you, and especially because we had those jumper cards at the beginning with both the Death and the World, of course, which is the Hanged Man. It's almost like you've gotten a new perspective on something here. It could very well just be yourself, your own sexuality, your own sense of expression, your willingness to express, your willingness to be. Again, like, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. If you're a player with another player, or if you're having a lot of sexual energy with another individual, and you both know the game, you both know the rules, you both know what's up, it can't be a bad thing, right? So, and apply that to personal growth, to a job situation, to any plan for the future, even the way that you're dealing with something or managing something within yourself. However you're applying this is a general reading, remember. But this is also extremely exciting for you because it looks like there's no loss, there's no hard feelings about what was gone before. Interestingly enough, before the Knight of Wands, as it were, and what is beneath it, of course, is the 9. Right after the 9 is 10, which is the I'm almost there. Oh my God, I can see the end in sight. It's, the 9 of Wands is almost like the wounded soldier, but you've learned so much. You can take so much. You can use so much to your advantage. It doesn't have to weigh you down forever if you treat it like a lesson, and you promise yourself you will never go there again. You don't need that to repeat any hardships again. So following that energy is the I've arrived. This is really I've arrived energy. And when you've arrived and you're comfortable and confident in that, now you can, you really can imagine that world in your hand. The world is your oyster. It's like, I'm so comfortable and confident and happy. Whether you're single or coupled, again, whether you're in the middle of a project or about to start one, whether you're doing something at work, whether this is, a matter of the heart, a matter of the mind for you, or really anything in between. It's a really beautiful month ahead for you with regard to this gorgeous energy that is within your element, Aries. And as I said, the King of Earth here, the King of Pentacles here in your past energy, as I said, we can imagine that this begins the reading, is stability. This is having so much stability and self-awareness, and there's even this, earthly passion, earthy passion, earthy sex, earthy love, earthy understanding. This is really being, the five senses are the master here. This isn't, this isn't, the sand castles. This isn't the wishing and the hoping. This is your boots on the ground here and now, but being so confident and willfully accepting of what conditions are. And as a past energy, I think, and with regard to one of the cards that jumped out at the beginning, which was the perspective, the world card, which was really just saying, you have a grasp on this as well. You could have a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in your environment. However, this month, this could be part of your chart. If you have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn as part of your first 5 planets in your own chart, this could be your own energy. If that's the case, this is really solid, a grounded energy. A lot of people look up to you. You are a great listener. This is incredible healing energy here for yourself or others, or just, for humanity in general, for the masses. And it's also wealth, right? This is material wealth. Material wealth, depending on who you are, can look like a healthy body, can look like a healthy relationship, a healthy mind. It can look like getting things in order the way that you need them to. according to the five senses, it can be relationships. It can just be, healthy touch, right? Pentacles rules the five senses. This is what we see and feel here on the physical plane. So it could be like this element was taken care of here. And because we're dealing with a king, we're dealing with very mature energy. So this could have been matured within yourself, or a business relationship or a personal relationship where now you can explore a different side of that, right? So that's exciting. It's like something was really stabilized here, and now you can explore a different element. The more fiery side of this type of stability. And you can still keep your feet in the ground. You can still be a solid person and be prosperous here while playing around with this real passionate energy. As I mentioned here just a moment ago, we do have the Nine of Wands. Of course, this is the present energy. This is what's going on right now. This is the wounded soldier. This is, as I mentioned, because this is underlying energy, you're going to move through this really swiftly, I do believe. You're going to go from the wounded soldier, which is really, what do I really want? What have I been carrying around? What am I willing to let go of? Am I defending something that's important to me because it's something that is based in reality? It's something that is true to my heart? Or am I clinging to something that has outlived its usefulness, or was for show, or was a passion of mine however long ago but isn't anymore? Anything having to do with fire or wands, as it were, is passion. I think by the time you're hitting the 9s and the 10s, it's almost like it becomes a little burdensome. But again, this is something that you have taken on for yourself. But because we have the Ace of Cups following it, and the underlying energy, of course, is something that is it's excitable energy, it's excitable fire, whereas this was sort of like maybe a fire in terms of, speaking in terms of an element, maybe it got a little bit out of control, maybe you had to do some damage control, right? And again, because this is present energy, this is something you're going to move through fairly swiftly. I really do see this here for you, because we have in your future, and of course, we have present, which is really anytime you're watching this in July, and the future, which can really, because it's a July reading, can go no further past July. You can say very safely here that by the end of the month for you, Aries, you do have the Ace of Cups. This is pure love, pure joy, unadulterated romance, creativity, source energy. This is really your cup overfloweth. This could be emotional for you. This could be an emotional beginning for you. This could be emotional release for you. This could be the acceptance, right? Because we're dealing with a lot of fire and earth here. As an element, we could be dealing with something that there's a definitive purity here. So whether this is emotional for you, whether this is spiritual for you, whether this is relational or anything in between is a general matter for you. The future does hold a very beautiful outcome. I would say very specifically here, particularly because we do have a somewhat daunting energy preceding this, to keep your eyes and ears peeled for this, to keep light if possible, to keep your heart and your mind open to something bigger and better for you, and to be able to put all those ones down finally, to put down those defenses, to put down any type of problem solving. What's the other term for that? Would be damage control, as I said. So something beautiful does lay ahead for you, especially here with the Ace of Cups. So beautiful to see that. It's a real pure love energy card. It's source energy. I would even say, if you are a spiritual minded person or you believe in source energy, that this is the cup of God. Of course, is the original artwork, of course, is the cup, the overflowing cup being presented to you out of the sky. So aces are opportunities as well. So this could be a real spiritual or emotional opportunity that is based in purity that's available for you here. So that is a gorgeous energy to have in the future of your reading for July. And then we will top it off with your advice card, which of course is the Page. pages are always sort of, it's funny that the author of the deck used messenger instead of knight here, because the page for me really is the messenger. The knight is, it's like a movement. It's like the knights are all on horses in the original artwork. The knights are, they're either fast moving or slow moving, but they're moving. The pages in this regard are sort of the messengers of the aces for the elements for me. And I think in this regard here, the ace of sword in this suit, for example, is your truth, okay? The ace of swords or the ace of air in this deck is always going to be your truth, okay? And the page in this element is really saying either that message will come from you or to you this month. But that is the advice, okay? So I think a lot of it has to do with you being true to yourself. And whether that's spoken, these are thoughts, ideas, and belief systems anytime we're dealing with air. I think this will probably just be made evident. I don't think you're not really going to have to maybe make this so obvious to anyone else. I don't think you're going to actually have to maybe say anything. I think it'll just be like, oh, you're living your truth, and other people will see it for themselves. If someone needs this explained to them, you might eye roll that. It's like, just the proof is in the pudding might come up for you this month, that terminology, or actions speak louder than words, that type of terminology might come up for you this month. But ultimately, this is an opportunity. This is the beginning of you coming to terms with your truth, or you're being asked as an advice position here to come to terms with your truth, or to have someone else come to terms with your truth. And just briefly from top to bottom here, as I mentioned, we do have the messenger of wands over the 9 of wands. The messengers here are the knights. So this is very fast moving energy over something that needed a little bit of damage control here. So I really do see you peeling away from this just because this is present energy and you go so swiftly into the element of water here, or cups as it were, especially because you have the world at your fingertips here. And then I think you could be looking at it this way as well. I think the direction will be made clear to you if you follow your heart. Okay, might be another way to read that as well. I think you might even be of two minds, or be interested in two different directions, or two things or ideas or directions, etc. might be appealing to you. I think if you want if you're interested in purity and pureness of heart, and love is the law and that type of thing, I think if you follow your heart here, you'll be quite pleased with the outcome. And then, of course, the King of Pentacles sitting here on top of the advice card. Of course, this is the past on top of the advice. You could have been holding a lot in. You could have been protecting yourself or someone else here. Anytime we're dealing with pentacles, there's a lot of ancient, there's a lot of old, there's a lot of, antiquing energy here. And of course, air is swift. It's very quick moving. So it's almost like maybe you need to come to terms with a part of yourself that felt or even was, in material reality, based in something quite solid, and you needed to maybe change your mind about something here, or you're being asked to maybe come to terms with the truth of yours, or a truth about your reality or your situation here that looked like it was based in something solid or founded in something solid here, and you might have to change your mind about something here, or develop a new understanding about what that meant for you. So that is the general reading. Let's just get 2 oracle cards here. One from the romance angels, of course, if you are in a committed relationship, if you are just dating or single, or if you are any one of those qualifications and you are dealing with creative projects. This is the deck that is going to speak to any of those themes in particular. So we're just looking for a card for Aries for July. The advice for Aries for July. We have 2. We're going to take them. Oh, you know what? We have too many. I'm going to take this one. We have give your relationship a chance, okay? Again, if this is a creative project, keep going. You might have, if this is a creative endeavor, for example, you might find that you've had a change of mind, that you saw something available that you didn't see previous to today for some reason. Change is good, change is necessary. Your passion is inspired here, so maybe run with that. Work on your partnership, that is with long-term plans and visions, that is with healing yourself. Again, in any general sense here. Work on your partnership with personal projects, with how you see the world, with your own personal truth, your partnership with yourself. But of course, this could apply to relationships. If you're already in a committed relationship, you're going to want to work on that. You're being asked to give that a chance. If you're single or dating, give that a chance. Don't say no to everything. Obviously, pick individuals who you already enjoy, who have a lust for life. But try to see both sides of things. I think another thing that twos always try to teach us is to see both sides of things. Of course, we did just with the cards that jumped out, obviously. I'm going to go back quickly to the perspective of the Hanged Man. It's a really nice month for perspective, but your truth is absolute, okay? So this is really important that you come to terms with your truth while you follow your heart. And then we have grace. So curiously enough, both of these cards, both the Ace of Cups here and the Swan out of the Medicine cards here, are source cards for me. This is grace, okay? Like as in by the grace of God. So there's a lot of grace energy. Here's a lot of source energy available for you here. You can easily get sideswiped from that if you're not careful, because this load may feel too much. It could even be distracting here. But I think if you take some breathers, you give the relationship, especially if it's just with yourself, I might add, if this is a relationship that you're having within yourself, you're developing yourself and your passions and your mind and your heart, you know, have some patience with yourself, and you might even find yourself, you know, in earshot of the terminology or expressing it yourself, you know, by the grace of God, or find that even through difficult situations or through elements of the month that you're insecure with, for example, or you're having a difficult time with that, if you were to maybe slow down a little bit and inject some grace into the situation, or find an opportunity for some grace in a situation, which of course is which is antithetical to aggression, it can give us a lot of peace as well. So there's a lot of beautiful energy for you in the month of July. Do not forget to check out those 6 planets in retrograde. I think that will be very helpful for you as well, to get a better perspective on what's going on for all signs this month. No one lives on an island, so we are dealing with other personalities, so this might even help you understand what other personality types or other signs in your environment are dealing with. So Aries, that is your reading for the month of July. I really hope that you enjoyed that. Look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks, and of course I will be doing a birthday reading for the sign of Cancer in the middle of the month for you. So happy birthday to any Cancerians who are cross-watching, and until next time, take excellent care. Bye for now.